Good morning, everybody. Hope you're doing well. Welcome to our virtual coffee. We are on Friday, May 16th. So, our agenda is pretty similar to our normal agenda each week. We can do our normal AMA updates, and then Judy will come on and do Judy's Corner, and then Christine's going to do our training and marketing updates, and then we'll go on to our carrier updates. So a few different updates this week. Again, we've been talking the last couple of weeks about T65. Of course, we still have about 11,000 every day turning 65. Lots of opportunities here. Again, I know some of you requested a list, sorry, a lead list last week, or a list of those turning 65. On top of that, we have obviously some SEP opportunities around CSNP. Again, I think this sometimes gets a little forgotten or left out there. But again, you can sign anybody up that has a chronic special needs into a CSNP plan. And we have a 5-star plan in Nevada as well. And obviously, FEMA, we're allowed to continue to enroll into any FEMA opportunities. Grassroots events again this week. I've seen a lot of you guys doing a ton of grassroots events. This is where you're going to get that carrier support. This is most of our carriers that are going to support you guys and help you. So again, if you're not sure how or where or what these are, please reach out. We'll help you out. A little bit of news hot off the press. United Healthcare, you're going to see this email at some time this morning, will not be paying commissions as of June 1st for any prescription drug plans. So just to let you know, following on from WellCare, obviously taking away their commissions on drug plans last year, United Healthcare's will not be paying any commissions on prescription drug plans as of June 1st. However, I do want to add on this, they will be paying renewals for any plans already written. So anything you've written from May this year, way up till what you've written previously, they will be paying renewals, but it's just commissions on new prescription drug plans. There will be no commissions being paid as of June 1st. All brokers will be receiving an email later on this morning just to confirm that as well. You've probably seen there's a ton of training currently available. Please prioritize on what you need. For example, there's a lot of training on technology. So if this is something you need some help with, this could be an opportunity for you. Likewise, again, if you need support on other topics, carriers are really doing a lot of different types of training at the moment. You're probably seeing a lot of emails, a lot of events happening as well. Please, this is a great time of year for you to kind of catch up and really help you understand some of those Medicare topics a little bit more thoroughly. So please prioritize on some of the stuff that you are doing. And I think we mentioned last week as well, our quarterly or quarter two in-person training was set for June. We're actually delaying it till July, after the 4th of July. This is going to enable us to bring you some more up-to-date information, particularly around AEP and the third quarter as well. So again, we're going to be sending those dates out and confirming times. And of course, you guys can register for these events. So in-person training, our quarterly or our second quarter training is going to now be at the beginning of July, but obviously after July 4th. Through the lead center, you've got your custom campaigns. I like to bring this up each week. Again, these are fairly new. You've got your switcher campaigns, your switcher letters or postcards, MedSup as well. We are focusing on a MedSup mailer. We've got a dual special needs mailer as well, and then a seminar invitation, and of course the T65 letter and postcard. There are actually 4 brand new creative options here, and you can order these directly through the lead center. The cost per mailer on this is between like 63 and 77 cents. This is dependent on the quantity and the type of campaign you're doing as well. So again, this is a great opportunity to have your leads all go into your lead center, and of course once they're in the lead center, they connect to your Medicare center as well. So it's a great opportunity for you guys that want to do some of your own custom campaigns. So we're going to bring Judy on now, Judy's Corner. So good morning, Judy.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Neil and AMA team. Always a pleasure to be here with you on a Friday morning. And just wanted to keep you up to date on some things that are coming up soon. So, Neil, if you'll put that on the next slide, please. So we want to continue to prepare. What do I mean by that? Well, there's going to be a lot of continued disruptions this coming AEP. As Neil just shared, there is a Part D plan that is not going to be commissionable starting June 1st, but the renewals would be. There's a lot of other disruptions that will probably occur, things that we don't know yet, because the contracts between medical groups and carriers usually are being negotiated in the month of June. Sometimes we don't know if there's not going to be a recontracting happening until perhaps August or even September. There may also be some continued changes in some of the availability of plans. Some plans may be narrowing down. Instead of a carrier having 3 Part D plans, they may only have 1 Part D plan. There may be other disruptions that we're not sure about yet. So you want to be prepared for the unknown. And one way to do that is to plan to meet up with your current clients the first few weeks of October and focus on new clients starting October 1st as well. But keep in mind, Medicare supplement rates are continuing to go up. As we know, some of them have been going up 5%. I've seen some that are going up 12%. And that means usually that people are going to want to change. And obviously, that's a change that can happen easily if they can be medically underwritten. But if they're sick, there may not be a chance for them to do anything until they have the birthday rule come up. Still, it's a good idea to be in contact with your Medicare supplement clients as well, just to see if there might be a different plan for them that could save them money if they're concerned about those rates going up. The standalone Part D plan premiums are also expected to go up some more. Some won't be commissionable for new enrollments. I don't think it's going to be just the one that Neil had mentioned earlier. There could be others. I heard a rumor that perhaps it's going to be the majority of them. We'll have to see. But that brings up the question, what do you do if you have a Medicare supplement client and the most cost-effective plan for their Part D is going to be one that's not commissionable? In my opinion, you guys, you should always do the right thing. And even though your plan may not be commissionable, and that's going to be the most cost-effective one that's going to cover their medications, you still want to help them. Because if you don't, either one of two things is going to happen. Either they're going to find somebody who will help them with the Part D and who then could take that Medicare supplement business from you by writing them into a different Medicare supplement plan, or they may try to go it alone. And you and I both know that there is not going to be that many people out there who can really navigate Medicare.gov and some of the other websites to be able to find a plan that's going to cover their medications at the most cost effective rate. Customer service comes back to you in the form of referrals. You know, taking care of your clients can always lead to referrals, and referrals are free of charge. They don't cost you anything except the goodwill that you've already developed with your client. And let's face it, they're 99% sold because their friend recommended you to them. So I want you to keep that in mind as we move forward, and we may find other Part D plans that may not be commissionable. Keep it in mind that customer service, good, honest customer service, will always come back to you in good ways in the form of referrals. And you want to start gathering your client list now in an Excel spreadsheet. If you don't already have it in your Medicare Center, go plan by plan, carrier by carrier, and try to download that client list from that carrier and then import it into Medicare Center's CRM to combine it into one list, because you want to be ready to send out retention postcards or letters to your clients in September. And you'll want to use that personal URL that you have in Medicare Center to be able to also email out to those folks who have an email address. So if you are enrolling people, nowadays it is a great idea. It's actually the best practice to gather their email address as well, because that could be the most cost-effective way of communicating with folks in the future. Postage stamps continue to go up, and it's always going to be a good idea to communicate with folks, especially these newer folks turning 65. Between the years of 65 to, I would say, around 74, people are still very much into doing email and are more tech savvy, as a matter of fact. Next slide, Neil. So yes, AHIP for 2026 plan year will release on June 23rd. It's official. So I highly encourage you to take it early this year, because you want to make sure you get that over with so you can start on those certifications for the different carriers. I'll be presenting my annual How to Pass AHIP the First Time training 2 days after AHIP comes out. I'll be doing it on June 25th. Most carriers will still offer a discounted course if you take it through their 2026 certification portal. They usually give you that $50 discount. And here's a big hint. SCAN offers the discounted course in their AHIP portal on June 23rd, even though their 2026 certifications won't be out yet. There's one or two other carriers that sometimes do it on the same day that AHIP comes out without you having to be available to or be able to take their certifications yet. But I do it through SCAN every year because they give me the discount, and it's all out on that first day. So it's best hint I can give you on that. Next slide, Neil. So here you go. I want you to join me for that 2026 AHIP training. Again, this year it's going to be June 23rd. So you're going to want to register in your Berwick agent portal. I've asked them to please post it already. As of yesterday, it was still not posted. So keep it tuned. Probably next week it'll appear in that Berwick agent portal. Even though it's June, you should be able to register next week. Next slide. Okay, now SCAN and Carelon are having an event, and here's how you RSVP. Right there, there's a link. Just take a picture and then go ahead and put that into your browser and go in, and this will pop up. And then you'll want to click there to RSVP that you see in the middle. It's going to be May 21st, which is next Wednesday. And here's why this is important for those of you who are in the LA County area. CareMore used to be the name of the medical group, but it was also the name of Carrier. Carrier terminated, and then CareMore Health Medical Group was still around, but then they decided to change the name to Carelon, Well, as of January 1st of 2026, they are going to be rebranding and going back to that Caremore Health Medical Group name. So there's a partnership between SCAN and Carelon Health, and they want you to come out and find out more about it. It's going to be in Downey. It's a live event at the Caremore office there in Downey at 10,000 Lakewood Boulevard, and it's from 12 to 1. So I encourage you to please come out. If you have any questions about it, please reach out to Elsa Aro Rat if you're in LA County, and she'd be happy to um, give you some additional information. Next slide, Neil. Okay, there's some Medicare summits. Save the dates. September 3rd and 4th. You heard it here first. The Berwick Bonanza for SoCal at the Embassy Suites in Arcadia. That's the venue that we had it at last year. We had some great feedback from you guys about it. So I encourage you to come out. There is no charge. I do not charge you. So keep that in mind. You can come out. You can enjoy breakfast and lunch over that 2-day period. And guess what? You can see every carrier out there and get their benefits for the coming year of 2026. So I encourage you to come out September 3rd and 4th. More information will be coming out soon as far as the agendas and so on. I usually do those national carriers on the first day, and then regional carriers on the second day, or DSNP carriers on the second day. But I'll get that agenda out to you in the next few weeks. But in the meantime, please save the date. September 5th, the very next day after that, will be the Berwick Bonanza in Las Vegas. The venues to be determined because, it's just so many venues to choose from in Vegas. So that's September 5th, though, so save the date if you're there in Las Vegas. September 9th through 11th is the annual Senior Summit at the Pechanga Resort and Casino. They charge you. They charge you. So keep that in mind. And if you're there for more than one day, you're going to have a hotel probably. So keep that in mind, you guys. Mine is no charge. I'm not telling you not to go to the annual Senior Summit, but you can go if you want to, but mine is free of charge. September 15th, the Berwick Bonanza in Northern California will be at the Dave and Buster's in Milpitas in the San Jose area there. And then September 16th, the Berwick Bonanza in the Central Valley is going to be in Tulare this year because of a lot of different things that are going to be happening rather in Tulare County and Kings County and Kern County and Fresno County. So we want to make that Central Valley venue centralized. So we're choosing Tulare, and that venue is to be determined. Next slide, Neil. There you go. Any questions, Lisa?
Yes. Well, let me see. There is a question about AHIP. This agent is an agent and has a corporation. And when she does AHIP, is she gonna, which NPN number does she use? Um, she reached out to AHIP and they could not answer her question.
Yeah, that's a question that they usually can't answer. You always want to use your own personal NPN number when you're taking AHIP training. The reason for that is a lot of carriers don't even recognize corporate contracts. So always do it with your individual NPN number, and then that will be able to be used for any of those carriers.
Okay. Judy, I have this client, dual eligible, but could not have his prescription covered by Medi-Cal. He was told by Walgreens that Medicare covered a portion, but his Medi-Cal won't cover his Ozempic and his syringes. He was being asked to enroll in PDP by a social worker to get covered. He is now under a MAPD plan. Is it okay to reverse his MAPD to original Medicare to get him a PDP plan? Like what you said, if that's the best option, I'll have to do it. That means he will only have state Medi-Cal coverage, correct?
So not not necessarily. And here's the thing, you have a dual eligible client and they have Medi-Cal, but Medi-Cal will cover some drugs, Medicare, by the way, doesn't cover anything. So the fact that Walgreens said that Medicare covered a portion is not correct. Durable medical equipment, though, is what Medicare will cover. So that may have been referencing his syringes. But here's the thing. Um, Ozempic is a medication that has to be medically necessary for a person. Usually it's for diabetics who are going to be needing to reduce their glucose and so on. So if somebody's using it for weight loss, that's a whole nother reason for use. And some carriers are not covering it. Some Part D carriers are not covering it if it's not for diabetes. So first of all, find out if it's for diabetes or if it's for weight loss. Second thing that you want to look at is the fact that a social worker is asking him to enroll in a Part D plan instead of a Medicare Advantage plan. The Medicare Advantage plans, the Part D, if it is for diabetes, sometimes it's a method or a matter of just asking for a formulary exception. If Ozempic's not covered, ask for a formulary exception. When you do that, most of the time it is approved. So if you haven't asked for a formulary exception already, please do so. But
Jude,
if you,
Jude, sorry.
yeah,
She says it's for diabetes.
okay, great. So ask for that formulary exception. That's what you should do. Okay. And by the way, having the statement here, you'll only have state Medi-Cal coverage. No, don't have him only have Medi-Cal coverage. It just doesn't make sense. He needs to have his Medicare. He needs a Part D plan at the very least, along with Medi-Cal. But if he's okay to stay on his Medicare Advantage plan, just ask for a formulary exception.
Okay. Next one. Someone wants to ask if you're aware that some PDP companies are sending clients letters stating that their doctor can no longer write scripts for their company.
Again, that doesn't make sense. And if a PDP or Part D carrier is sending clients letters stating that their doctor can no longer write scripts, I'd like to see a copy of one of those letters, Sharon.
Okay. And then let's see, one of his potential customers' brother needs to apply for Medicare. He's now 70 years old. He did not apply for Medicare when he was eligible because he was overseas taking care of his mother. Now his mother passed away and he's back in California. Can he avoid penalty when he applies for Medicare?
Unfortunately, probably not, because even though he was overseas helping to take care of his mother, he had the responsibility, if he still had an address here in the United States, to get his Medicare when he was eligible. But this is a case where he should definitely talk to the local Social Security office and go in and explain things, because there may be some extenuating circumstances that you and I are not knowledgeable about just from the information that he's given.
Okay. And that is it.
Okay. Well, thank you, everybody. Good questions, and always a pleasure. And back to you, Neil.
Thanks, Judy. Sorry. Thanks, Judy. Appreciate it. Again, lots of great information. Great questions today, by the way. And we're going to move on now to Christine, who's going to bring us up to date with our training and marketing.
If only I learned how to turn on my audio. Good morning. Happy Friday. So nice to sort of see all of you. Welcome to Friday's chat. Have a little bit of information that I have treasure troved through the Berwick and Integrity sites, but wanted to remind you that our AMA training for May, how to cross-sell without being pushy and boost your client value. The link is available now. Oh, if I can, not only can I not hit audio, but I can't hit enter. There you go. There is the link. And if you email me, because you are busy right now and don't have access to the chat or whatever that is, I am happy to provide it to you. As well, the link is in your email and there will be more information going out on that. So just a reminder to the Vegas agents, reminders that we have Medicare Mondays managed by our GA Christy Stuck on every Monday, with exception to Memorial Day. So I drop an email every week and let you know what's happening for the next Medicare Monday. But if you are not an avid email watcher or just making your plans early, note that there will be no Medicare Monday for the Memorial Day holiday. Next slide, please. So as Neil noted, I'm just going to keep this slide here for people who may not come every week to our Friday chats, but are looking forward to our in-person agent training. Reminder that this has moved to July. Take a screenshot. Again, just to be closer to right after AHIP and all that knowledge and stuff that is in your test and applying that, but then preparing for AEP. So we are, we moved it so that we could be closer to more relevant timing for you. Now, as Neil mentioned, and I know last week there was a slide on accessing leads, and we talk about Lead Center all the time because it is truly so vitally, like my words, important right now to use this time to prepare so that all your ducks are in a row and all your tech knowledge is in your head and your book of business is at the ready. And developing your book of business is something that you can pay attention to now. So get your Lead Center knowledge up and ready, get those accounts, Lead Center, Medicare Center, Life Center up and ready so that you can use those as you get really busy this AEP season. So I pulled out this Berwick training. The link is in the bottom. It's berwickinsurance.com technology. I'm sure you're familiar with that page and that link, but just scroll down a little bit and look at all of the training that is available to you for Integrity Lead Center. Now, this is on the Berwick side. There's a ton of training also on the Integrity side. If you want help from us sort of defining which you need to look at, I have some really good information from Anna Patrick, who has shared with me, you know, because agents call me and say, I'm not sure how to use this or where's this page or whatever. So you do have to do a little bit of training before you can use some of these tools, but it's really minimal and it's just to make sure that we ensure your success. So if you need some help finding this stuff, let me know. Emailing me is the best way to reach me. I'll put my email in the chat in a second, but I wanted to share with you how important it is and how available all of this information and training is for you so that you don't miss out on using these tools. Next slide. Similarly, on the Integrity side, the Lead Center new user training is there. There's several, I think, different training videos there for you ready to use and understand. And most of these are delivered by Anna Patrick, who is a really good speaker and has really deep knowledge on the tools that she represents at Integrity. So there is another opportunity for you to understand how to use these technology tools. Next slide. So on the marketing side, again, talking about leads, Neil has covered this before. We have covered this before. Since we're on the topic, just a reminder, there is a whole lead gen guide, you know, step by step. It's not a big book. It's not like reading the compliance book. It's just a lot of information on strategies, right? What do I do? What works? What doesn't work? I think most of you have a good sense of what to do. You're running your own business. You know what works and what doesn't work for you in the things you've tried. But if you haven't tried going outside your comfort zone, or if you haven't tried using these tools through Berwick and Integrity, now's a good time to start looking at what they have to offer. And there's a whole guide available. The URL is on the bottom. I am happy to send it to you if you want it. So let me know, right? It'll take you 10 minutes to read through this and understand if there's some ideas there that you have not yet tried, and maybe you think that they would work for you. Next slide. Just a reminder, please follow us on social media. I know all of you don't because I monitor our social media followers. So be a good steward of AMA and follow all of our channels on social media. Also, if you are not receiving our emails or our texts, let me know. I am happy to put you on our distribution list. It's a really good way to summarize what's going on with AMA. And I do a lot of announcements through email because I can tell multiple people at the same time. So it's a really good vehicle for me. I'm also able to share links with you, right? So it's very clickable. So if you are not on those lists, please let me know. I am happy to get you started on that. Thanks, guys.
Okay, thank you, Christine. Again, thank you for your updates. I know Christine works hard every single week looking for some of those little nuggets to share with you guys. So again, thank you so much, Christine, for your help and support here. Okay, so Integrity Technology, every week we get a little email. Just want to give you a little bit of news here. Your Plan Enroll personal agent website are now automatically approved. So again, your bio is automatically approved. This basically means that, excuse me, our agents are going to take responsibility for compliance and accuracy. So it's taking it away from Integrity and putting it onto you guys. So again, you need to review your current bio and update it according to content guidelines as well. Some information on our Medicare Center, again, monthly and weekly trainings. Every Tuesday, there is the Tech Tip Tuesday. It's a bit of a tongue twister there. So this coming Tuesday, May 20th, all about call recording. And then on the 27th, it's talking about those health details, which obviously includes adding providers, prescriptions, pharmacies, etc., as well. And then every single Monday at 10:30 a.m. Central Time is a 15-minute feature focus training. And again, that's going to be around CSG. So again, that's the MedSup app as well. They're going to integrate those later on this year as well. So don't worry too much about that as well. And then I think May 19th is about Medicare Advantage enrollment information. And then the more kind of in-depth training or more detailed training, Medicare Center coming up next week on the 21st is the in-person and virtual enrollment process. And then we're going to be talking about client retention strategies. That's on May 28th. The day after, they're going to be talking about the universal e-app for Medicare Supplement. We spoke about Lead Center earlier, some of the opportunities there. Just to let you know, there's 30% off through the Ethos Aged insurance leads through May 31st. And then the Facebook leads, the real-time Facebook leads, there is 20% off through June 1st as well. Those are the codes if you want to participate. And if you don't get those little codes, please reach out and we can get you that information. Okay, Berwick are doing their final couple of trainings over the next week or so. This coming Wednesday is sales, and this is around their business planning. They are going to share best practices for what they've seen with top performing agents across the nation. So again, they're going to share some little top tips, secrets of those successful agents and how they are creating unique business plans to keep their growth on track. And as we always say, if you're not growing, what are you doing? Unfortunately, you're going backwards, because as we know in this industry, our clients are not getting any younger. And you know, I was speaking to one agent this week that was on vacation, and he actually had 2 clients pass away while he was on vacation. So again, guys, it's all about growth. You got to keep growing. Marketing training is on Wednesday, May 28th. This is going to be really talking about those current marketing trends and how to spend your time and money more confidently. And again, find out some information, what's working, what's not working in our industry currently. MedSup trainings, these are the integrity trainings. Again, there's a lot of new MedSup carriers that Integrity has. If you look through these, there's a lot of great information. Plan N for the win. I know a lot of people are really looking at some of those other plans that are a little less expensive. So they're going to be talking about why Plan N may be an opportunity for your clients. And then going into things like Woodman Life and focusing on a couple of other carriers like Guaranteed Trust and Cigna MedSup as well. So lots of different opportunities if you sell MedSup. Again, Berwick are talking about the Medicare Supplement e-application is inside Medicare Center. Yes, it's under the CSG app. So again, if you want to enroll somebody directly through the Medicare Center, you absolutely can. It's separate at the moment, but again, that is going to be all brought together before AEP this year. So it will make your life a lot easier. And again, as you can see on here, Medicare Supplement competitive intel. So Ted Sims, who's a partner sales manager in Integrity, is going to be providing some training on that as well. And that multi-carrier system, of course, we're talking about CSG, Actuarial, is now owned obviously by Integrity. If you didn't know that, we've been using that for many, many years actually. But again, it's the opportunity inside Medicare Center where you can do everything all in one go. Oh, kind of messed that up. Excuse me. Okay, Lead Concepts, one of our partners that we have used in the past. They are talking about helping agents across the US fill their seminar rooms and turn those leads into clients. Again, if you want to find out more information, the phone number is on the screen. So let's talk about those carrier updates. We're going to start with Nevada. Medicarians, although it focuses on Medicare agents, agencies, and carriers across the country, obviously it is held in Nevada, so the dates are out for 2026. If you're part of the NABIP community, or you want to be, and you can see some upcoming events here next week. New member orientation. It will tell you about the organization, what it does for you, how it can help and support you. And then May 27th, you've got a Medicare Insider Moments. Again, that's a Medicare focused call. And then NABIP, that's the National Power Hour. That's on May 28th. And there's a leadership forum. And June 6th is the first Friday's meeting with the new NABIP president, Alicia Riedel. Okay, United Healthcare next week has some training. This is really focusing on their dual eligible plans and resources. It is a Zoom webinar. As you can see, that's the meeting ID. If you need the link sent you, let us know. We can get it sent out. CenterWell, as ever, they bring out their normal newsletter there. As you can see, lots of stuff happening in May and June and July here. they do a nice event where they do the Meet a Doc. And they are focusing, just going around all of their different venues. This is a great opportunity to meet the staff as well as the doctors in that location. So if you live anywhere near any of these locations, I would definitely put these on your calendar as well. And of course, they already have their AEP kickoff date. Okay, Anthem's finishing off their rookie boot camp this coming Monday, which is the 19th. And this is talking about those dual special needs plans. And of course, then we're going into the Memorial Day holiday. Just to let you know, we will be here next Friday, May 23rd. We will be doing our usual virtual coffee, so there's no need to worry. But AMA will also be out of office on Monday, May 26th as well. Let's go into California. So Torrance Memorial, which is now part of Cedars, as you should know, but you may not. But again, Torrance Memorial is part of Cedars. They have a virtual Medicare 101 program. It's coming up in a couple of weeks on May 28th. Again, that is in the evening. It is a Zoom meeting, but again, it's going to run through that Medicare 101. LA Care next week has a training on their dual special needs plans. Again, this is a I think it's a FIDE plan. So again, it's a fully integrated plan. So you can utilize this in LA County. It's going to talk about the enrollment tools as well as the benefits and the broker and marketing portal. That is May 20th, 5 till 6. So again, a lot of these trainings you probably notice are now evenings or early mornings. So it's a real good opportunity for you to jump on these after your normal working day. SCAN is doing a number of broker virtual trainings as well. As you can see, all on the 19th. These are one after one after one. It's talking about their ancillary products, client needs analysis, and their online tools. And as Judy, I think, mentioned on one of her slides, SCAN and Lakeside and Regal are doing a broker event. This is happening next week. I think it's next Friday, actually. Yes, it is. 10 till 12. So again, you're going to be able to join our virtual coffee and then run over there to Lakeside Community Healthcare. It's in TO, Thousand Oaks. And it's a great opportunity to meet and greet some of the doctors, talk to some of the folks at Lakeside Community Healthcare as well. Okay, a bit of a carrier update here. This is just talking about the full Dual Advantage Align plan. Again, this is an Align plan. So it is a EAE plan in California, and it's going to allow you to utilize that new monthly SEP that we have nationwide for our dual eligible folks. So here are some benefits, including a $4,000 dental allowance, hearing aids, $3,000 for prescription, or OTC 300. Vision gives you a 425, and some great options as well on groceries, transportation, etc. Okay, Alignment this next coming week have a virtual training through their Teams app. This is a product deep dive, mainly talking about their chronic special needs plans. It is also going to go through those Medicaid or Medi-Cal basics and what they're calling rethinking duals. So again, this is going to show you some opportunities around the dual program as well. And then they're going to run through agent portal and special elections. Okay, so WellCare are doing a ton of in-person events. This is the website where you can access all the different events that are happening for WellCare, no matter where you live. It's wellcareagentcenter.com. If you log on to that, you can go and see some of the events. It will ask you for your NPN. That's going to be where you can access all of those details as well. Lots of good opportunities, not just in California, but nationwide for some of these WellCare events. Humana Training, as you can see, that is utilizing their calendar. So next week, they've got a number of trainings. They're talking about CenterWell Pharmacy, their new agent resources or Vantage resources, and then talking about retention as well. And then there's a weekly Korean speaker training as well. And then they're going to talk about their MedSup products the week after as well. That's on May 28th. And again, they're going to talk about retention and onboarding, which is like a weekly event as well. Okay, Molina next week are going to be talking about their products as well. And this is an online training talking about maintaining lead sources. It's going to talk about marketing events as well and how you can get additional support from your broker channel manager. So lots of great information from Melina. Okay, let's look at our general updates. Wanted to give you a heads up here. So this is a broker mixer. This is kind of the AEP event. This is Regal and Lakeside. If you know these carriers, they've got a couple of events happening in Southern California. One is in Temecula at the Europa Village, and this is on August 21st. And then the next month they are at the Hotel Maya, and this is in Long Beach. These are normally pretty good events. They normally invite their carrier partners as well and give a good presentation. They're both in the evening. And again, you're going to get some food, drinks, and entertainment. Okay, Select Health, just to give you a reminder here, if you are in Idaho, there's some events happening over the next couple of weeks, as you can see here as well. Humana, if you missed their Agent Advantage University orientation, it is on demand. Again, this is taking over from Ignite, is taking over from some of their other websites. It's putting everything into, or all their training into their Agent Advantage University. So again, you can see this on demand if you need to. You can learn how to update your profile, search for your relevant information, and then find those playbooks and training. Okay, Aetna has got a training next week. This is part of their academy. This is about lead generation, folks. So this might be a good opportunity for you to join this training. Again, it doesn't matter what you sell, who you sell, where you sell. This is a training that's probably going to help you guys if you are struggling to generate leads. And then their Broker Academy, the day after, they got some training about navigating the future. United Healthcare, this is just a list of all their trainings that are coming up. Again, in your local market, you may have received these as well. And of course, their national training. This is some great training opportunities. Generally, their national trainer has been particularly good over the last couple of years. There's some great stuff on here. For example, opportunities around VA and TRICARE. I always get asked questions on that. So folks, great opportunity for you to jump on that. If you're thinking about doing grassroots marketing, there's a training on that as well, and many, many more. Just an update on Molina. This is a spotlight on their instructional toolkit, and it's talking really about their invaluable toolkit. It provides you with lots of resources for your enrollment, your HRAs, member and provider information as well, and those CMS policies and programs, including your certification as well. They do a training on that as well every single week. They are upgrading, so there is a contracting blackout currently. It's still running until Monday, June 2nd. Just wanted to let you know, if you wanted to get contracted with Molina, you are going to have to wait a few weeks. Okay, Cigna. So they've got a new simple way to track their application status. So again, if you look on the left-hand side here, you can see the application status tracker. It's going to show you whether your client's pending or they're approved. So it's going to give you that up-to-date information as well. And of course, their live trainings does include some information on the tracker overview as well. So this is coming up next week on May 22nd, 3 p.m. Central. So again, that's 1 p.m. Pacific. And they're talking about their Med Sup Basics as well, a couple of days prior. These are those national trainings coming up for Cigna. They do a lot of in-depth training every single month. So please, if you miss this, take a photo. You can join some of these trainings. Devoted Health, really talking here about veterans. They are working with Liberty Choice to create those plans to keep those veterans in mind. So whether you have VA or your clients have VA, TRICARE or CHAMP VA, it gives those clients flexibility, particularly with the PPO dental plan. That is what they're talking about here. That is about it. We're going to give you about 6 minutes back today. Looks like Judy.
Neil, I have a quick question.
Yeah.
Or a quick comment, I should say. It's a follow-up to the question that we had in the Q&A after my presentation, and it was in regards to someone getting a letter from their plan saying that they would not fill any prescriptions that their particular doctor prescribed. This was just one particular doctor, and it turns out that it is a doctor that is on the preclusion list, Medicare's preclusion list. A preclusion list is something that the CMS puts out that excludes providers who have or could have been revoked from the Medicare program for conduct that CMS determines is detrimental to the best interest of the Medicare program. So in other words, it's CMS's naughty list. So that particular doctor evidently was naughty, and therefore their plan will not fill any prescriptions or will not pay for any prescriptions that doctor writes. So that's what that was all about. And thank you, Sharon, for sending a copy of that letter in to me.
Wonderful. Always some great information. And don't forget, if you get a question, a specific question, not only are you getting it answered for you, but you are helping the other 90 or 100 people that are generally on our call every single week. Some great information about the preclusion list there. Thank you, Judy. Okay, folks, have a wonderful weekend. Thank you for joining us this Friday. We shall see you and hear from you next week. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful, wonderful weekend.